Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Huge congratulations just real quick to everybody that's been following along. We've been killing it, but let's just get straight into the content. Alright, let's go into ETH. So this is massive right here. So there were two ideas that we were talking about yesterday. And I told you guys it was guaranteed to go one of these ways. We were either going to consolidate, let the RSI cool off, and then move higher, which is what happened, or we're potentially going to see a corrective wave. And it's arguable that we saw a small corrective wave, and now we're moving higher. Either way, what I'm doing right here is there's a lot of different ways to look at this. It looks like it's confirmed this consolidation pattern right here, which is huge. So what I'm doing is, I mean, you can go swing high to swing low. I honestly don't think you're going to get that on the Fibonacci retracement. And some more of like the Elliott wave stuff that we were talking about yesterday, which was absolutely huge. Our Elliott wave on the smaller time frame ended up playing out perfectly. And I still haven't seen, I saw one YouTuber try and talk about it, but he didn't know what he was doing, so he didn't really, like I said, this is huge. Alright, so about right here is where the first wave starts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with a Fibonacci retracement. Again, on this channel, I remember, you guys can go back, I remember literally showing you purchasing Ethereum and getting I was literally showing you like purchasing Ethereum live on the channel, like, oh, we're gonna buy right here, oh, we're gonna buy right here, oh, you're not gonna get that anywhere else on the internet. That's not financial advice, but it was all documented, and now we've just been absolutely killing it. I think we made like 8,000 in the last few days. We delegated such a large percentage to Ethereum. It was just on top of buying it, and I literally bought it with you guys. So if you're not already subbed to the channel, I don't know what you're doing unless you're already like a multi-millionaire and you don't want to make any more money. If that's the case, then don't sub to the channel. But even if you are a multi-millionaire, we could turn you into like 100 million probably. Let's see what we got. So essentially what I'm looking for as far as a long goes is I want to see potentially a bounce off of this level or potentially right here before starting to look at a long. And it looks like we could, again, touch the outside of this channel right here. It looks like we did hit this 618 level already, and we found it as support. So I mean, the probability, it's really just if the market gets scared. If the market gets scared, then we could come down to this level right here again, possibly, or we found this as resistance. So if we were to come down again here and find this as support potential area, I'm going low leverage, I'm going conservative, just like we already made thousands, like it doesn't really matter. I think we made like $4,000 today alone, so I mean, I don't really care. Like, you got all these people blowing out their lungs, like, trying to like, where's the top? If you followed this channel and you did what we said to do, not financial advice, but I told you guys exactly what my strategy. I told you exactly what I'm doing. If you did what I did, there's no way possibly that you wouldn't have made a massive amount of money. So alright, it was literally impossible. Whereas if you follow Carl the Moon, that stuff is so funny. I was on his Telegram last night, and all these kids, like literally, I don't know how old these kids are. They act like they're 12, and they're like, "Is the pump over? Is it dumping? Should we sell?" Like all this, and I'm like, Carl, deal with your community. Like you have all these kids, and they're all like, they have no clue what they're doing, and you're giving them like all this like advice and stuff, but you're never following through. They don't know what the heck's going on. And it's like, I make my money in cryptocurrency. That's where I make all my money. But I definitely get my entertainment. I don't watch TikTok. I go on Carl the Moon's Telegram group, and that's like, I was literally laughing so hard. I wish I would have got that on live stream. Like, that is just, but Carl, seriously, get in your group. Teach them. Like they have no clue what they're doing over there. They just said random numbers. They kept throwing up random numbers like, oh, Ethereum's gonna go here with no technical analysis to back it up. All right. It was funny. I wasn't even gonna comment in there because that chat is so active. Like, of course, I like helping people. That's why I'm on here to help people. I've made a lot of people a lot of money. Um, you know, but I can't. Not in that group. There's too many people in there. They would just ignore me, like, or my comment would get like drowned out in like a second. That group is so active, and it's literally just a bunch of 12-year-olds. It sounds like just like, the price is dropping. The price. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Okay, so, but seriously, Carl, get working on that. Okay, so essentially, we want to break through this on Bitcoin. We want to break through this golden pocket area right there, and then. So we were looking at Bitcoin dominance, and literally, I tell you guys, and the reason I always talk about this, people are like, why are you always like telling people like this and that? And listen, I don't want my videos to sound like they're clickbait, because they're not. This is literally the most underrated channel on the entire internet. So this is the only reason I'm going to talk about this, to back up that, because you have to understand that this whole channel is based off of principles. One of those principles is that we don't want to be like all the other channels that are just clickbait, wasting your time. We give clear, concise information, and like that's just like a core fundamental value of this channel. So we broke this right here, which was absolutely massive, and then essentially we're looking at this level right here, but this looks like a clear continuation of the downtrend, like what we were talking about. And then I hear every single crypto channel saying that there's a continuation of the altcoin season. Guess who drew the line? Guess who told everybody that? It's literally on this channel. Like, you got it here before everybody else. Now everybody, I hear like Crypto Zombie, he's got like so many subs, like all these different channels, like 100,000. Like, this is literally the most underrated channel on the entire internet. But we called this. Yes, it's a continuation. The next line that we're looking for, we're going to take this line down because it broke it. Altcoin season is continuing. Look at Bitcoin, because that's going to be massive. But we're looking for this level right here next. Although this is like its own downtrend, so it's good. What you long position on ETH? See, that's the thing. I mean, I got a few bucks off ETH a few times, longing it and whatever. But it's like Crypto Jeb said. It's like everybody in the community said. Like, why long it? Why pick a bunch of positions when you can just allocate nearly your entire portfolio to it? There's not really a good entry price. It's like, who was it? Crypto Zombie said. He's like, I missed the boat on it because there was never really, it's constantly pulling back. You can look at the different prices, but there's these pullbacks. You're gonna get liquidated if you're on like a 20x long. Just like, it's just we if you want like the degenerative stuff, you can go to Carl the Moon's channel and like try and long it and whatever. We give the technical analysis here. And, we made a bunch of money just buying it. But there were some potential longs. We hit some longs on it. I don't remember what the prices were. You can look at the videos. We made money on Ethereum longing it, but like I said, I'm plenty happy like on this channel with like I just made $4,000 today alone. So I'm plenty like happy with that. I don't want to go on leverage or whatever and risk. I'm thinking about getting into real estate if there's any drops, just because real estate, people don't understand inflation. But like, that's just me deleveraging out of crypto. Like, I'm making stupid money. Just follow along on the channel. You'll make stupid money. So yeah, I mean, we on this channel we make money, we invest. We don't necessarily gamble. It's not hustle, gamble, and repeat. It's hustle, invest, repeat. But yeah, there's not really any good positions right now to open up on a long. I mean, you can get into the pump right now, but that's going to throw off your risk to reward ratio, and you're relying on the market, which we just don't do on this channel. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I would feel so bad, like I say all the time, I would feel so bad if, people took my, what I was saying and they believed it and then all of a sudden it lost them money. Like with Carl the Moon, like, look at his Telegram group. They're all freaking out longing the market. Like, it's just, I know where my community's at and I know what's going to make them money. And so that's exactly what we're doing. Like, no cap. Like, there's just, you know what I'm saying? Regardless, I'm just not gonna be Carl the Moon where you have like everybody in their Telegram group is like freaking out. I watched it all night. He's like one of the biggest YouTubers for crypto. You just don't want to put people in that position. What I did do is I did go on last night and tell people that ETH it was guaranteed that ETH was going to continue to rise up and to hold the positions that they were holding. Guess what? It continued to rise up. So, I mean, I'm just telling people what they need to hear, not necessarily, a bunch of crap. Alright, let's take a look at Chainlink. USD. What's up, Bubs? My main thing is I want to get more Cardano. You can never have enough Cardano. Cardano is so good, and we've been talking about it for so long on the channel, and we're just making way too much money off that. Okay, this is nice. This is on Link. So this is exactly what we were looking for. I told you guys that this was what we were looking for. We got this rejection on Link. Again, I'm not picking it up. It looks like we could find support potentially right here is what it looks like on Link. Potentially some support right here. I'm not picking it up. I already told you guys why I'm not picking it up. It's not a bad altcoin. I actually converted some of my Link into Ethereum. You guys know that. We've just been so heavy on ETH and we've just been murking. But yeah, I would just rather have you guys like hold the ETH. Like when I told you guys to buy it, like we hit heavy longs on ETH. Like when it was 11,000 to like 13,000, like whatever. Like we do trade on this channel. We're just not. Like we always go for like the perfect opportunities and swing trade it. Like on this channel, we're here to make money. Like we've never lost money on this channel. We've been making money over everybody. I told you yesterday, it's the most underrated channel on the internet. That's why I have to keep saying it. I know people are like, we get it, you're super good or whatever, but I told you guys yesterday that this was looking really hot and that it was potentially going to be hot for Polkadot to be getting in at these levels. Again, we called the consolidation. We also called the top on it right here. So we called all this price action. Polkadot was one of the best ones to get into. I told you this isn't a bad time to get in right here. I just told you guys that I would prefer to do Cardano. And you guys, if you've been following the channel, you guys know why I would prefer to do Cardano. Although I told you guys, what was it? I said, I gave you guys a complete diagnosis of the market. Like, we could have made so much money on DOT right here. And I told you guys, like, if you're interested in DOT, this is a good time to get it. But, it's just not, like I said, like, you got to think about, like, the fundamentals of the market, like, everything. We take everything into account here, the macro, the micro, economics, everything, to do with crypto. And there's just going to be so much inflation on Polkadot because they like give you so many staking rewards. And like I said, I can't stake on Polkadot. So anyways, I told you guys to get it or whatever yesterday. I told you to look into it. Not financial advice. You guys know that. I'm just going to keep repeating it though. But it looks very bullish. It looks like this previous resistance right here is now flipped support. And if we continue up, that'll be really good. But, so we could have made stupid money on that. I called it, but I was like, nah, I'm just not a Polkadot guy because I'd rather go on Cardano and stake it. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, there's not really a lot to talk about. Like I said, altcoin season's going on. I did everything I needed to do. I told you guys all the information you needed here. Like, there's literally not a better cryptocurrency channel than mine. I follow everybody because in cryptocurrency you can't be cocky. You can't think that you know everything because you're gonna fall behind because there's so many different projects coming out all the time. So I'm gonna refer you guys to Elliott Trades. You know, at this point, I would say, you know, if you guys want to get higher ROIs on your cryptocurrency, um, definitely look into small caps and mid caps. We're still on mid caps right now. I'm calling it, but we could start moving into the smaller caps, and then it's micro caps. Um, on this channel, like I told you guys, like I don't really see anything that's that good. And here's the thing, and like, you know, on this channel we don't just tell you the price action, we tell you everything you need to know. There is not another channel on the entire internet. When I say not clickbait, it is not clickbait. This is the most underrated channel by, like, whatever. So anyways, the reason that I'm not going to get into a lot of these smaller caps and mid caps is because Ethereum gas rates are too high, and when you go on Uniswap to convert a lot of these small and mid caps, it's going to cost you a massive amount of money. And I'm not going to put up, you know, to get a remotely reasonable ROI from my risk to reward standards. You would have to put in at least $1,000 to $2,000 in some of these altcoins, and that's just not a position that I'm willing to take when I can just hold Ethereum. And it's, you know, the amount of rewards I'm going to get with Ethereum versus, you know, potentially risking on an altcoin. Like the risk to reward ratio, when you factor in the reduction in ROI from Ethereum gas fees from converting your Ethereum to these other cryptocurrencies, it doesn't make sense to me personally. Now, if you want to risk your capital, do whatever you want. If you want to see potentially the highest ROIs, again, look at Elliott Trade stuff. But to me, like, it just doesn't make sense. And no other crypto channel is going to say something like that. But, you know, on here we keep it real. We don't just feed you a bunch of crap. Like, I don't want to say all the other channels feed you a bunch of crap, but I mean, definitely altcoin season. But here's what we have to look at. This is the last thing I'm going to tell you, and then you have everything you need to know in crypto right now. Not financial advice, but so this is huge. So pay attention because, you know, we have the track record. Go look at my stuff, and then I have like all this. I have a big track record, like on everything, like with stocks and on all my different social media accounts. But so this is what we're looking at. There's a lot we're looking at. So this is what we're looking at. I don't want to draw it because I don't want to confuse you anymore. So just look at the cursor. So potentially we have this right here, this price action right here. And all this price action is potentially making a double bottom with this being the neckline. It looks like we just broke the neckline on this pattern. And volume's looking good. So this is, I haven't heard anybody, and I should probably just stop saying it. I just realized that this is one of the best channels on the entire internet, and then I'll stop saying it. But anyways, this is the threat that you need to see to if you're getting into altcoins, because this is going to wreck you. This is going to wreck you if you don't understand these concepts, and you have to understand this. So this right here is potentially a double bottom right here. And if this double bottom, which looks like the neckline played out, and Bitcoin's price starts shooting up, a lot of these altcoins, especially if you're going long on some of these altcoins, you're just going to get wrecked if Bitcoin dominance starts pumping. So again, keep your eye on Bitcoin dominance. It should hold just because of the fundamentals behind Ethereum is pumping way stronger than Bitcoin. So Bitcoin dominance should continue to stay down, but that potential, so right here you have this double top or this double bottom potentially playing out, neckline, and then this is the first bottom, and then it's hard to see, but this is right here, the second bottom. But if you have this right here, this could potentially be the first bottom right here. This could potentially be the second bottom, with this being the neckline, if that's the case. And then if that ends up breaking out on the measured move, then you have this right here, and then you have this right here as a potential double bottom, and the neckline would be, it's a really ugly double bottom. It would be like right here or right here. And so what I'm saying is there's a lot of potential double bottom reversal ideas on top of this already we broke out of this ascending wedge. If Bitcoin's price just starts pumping and I think that that's exactly what going to be the case once we break this all-time high. It's going to set a higher high and it's going to entirely invalidate this entire argument. And if anything, it would be something like it would be a really sloppy cup and handles, but it's most likely going to be a giant double bottom formation, if not just the ascending wedge breakout, and that is going to massively pump Bitcoin's price. And if that happens and you're in altcoins, make sure you're looking at Bitcoin dominance. I'm not telling you this because I'm getting paid to. I'm already paid. Like, I'm already good. I'm telling you this because I don't want to see people getting wrecked. I'm on here to help people. I'm on here to help people make money. In the financial sector, like, you've already seen a lot of the crap. It's all crap. Robert Kiyosaki made a great book on finances. They told him to stop talking. They told him that, the system is literally rigged against you. There's a reason they don't teach you economics and finances in school. This is like going to be one of the best channels on the internet just for finances in general. Like, if you've been listening to Dave Ramsey, you're about to get a huge pay increase because we just made $4,000 today, and the stuff that Dave's going to teach you, like, you're never going to. So anyways, right here is what we're looking for. This all-time high. If this all-time high gets broken, you got to look at Bitcoin dominance. Ethereum can run with Bitcoin. They're highly correlated. But I'm telling you guys, keep an eye on it. This is something that nobody's talking about, but I don't want to see you guys get wrecked. That's all the information you need to know. I got you debriefed on cryptocurrency. If you want to continue to get debriefed, sub to the channel. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm already paid. This is more of like a community service type thing, more so than anything. I just want to help people out. I already know I've been helping a lot of people out. I've already been reading the comments. I've already been helping people. We were talking about XRP. In Carl the Moon's channel, I can't tell if they're joking, but they keep saying to pump XRP, and obviously, that's not a good idea whatsoever. So, I mean, we're keeping you safe here. We're making you, potential wealth. It's like, can you even say that in cryptocurrency? But on this channel, we know exactly what we're doing, and I mean, that's what we've been doing. We've been generating massive amounts of wealth, and you would say you would potentially say it's getting rich, and it's high risk, high reward. But with the fundamentals, behind everything that we're doing, a lot of this stuff's just guaranteed money. And that's why we've had such massive success. So, I mean, follow the channel if you're interested. If you're not a billionaire and you want to make a little more money, we'll get you there. DeFi coins are good. Becker and Bitcoin crashes. So, I don't know what Becker and Bitcoin crashes. DeFi coins are good. High from DeFi coins. Yeah, DeFi coins. I was talking about what was it? Compound. I was seeing if Compound was gonna. We called Compound like earlier. I was like, this is way too undervalued or whatever. But I don't know if it's done pumping or not. Probably not, just because Bitcoin dominance fell. But they were saying a lot about Maker, because DeFi is decentralized finance. So they're saying Maker. I haven't seen Maker pump yet. BitBoy was talking about some potential for Maker. And then Aave, we'll see if Aave can continue to pump. It just looks like, it seems a little overvalued to me. Like, I personally hold Aave, but that was from way back. Like, I already have like a 300 or 400% ROI on Aave. So, like, I'm not telling anybody to get it now. It's not like I'm just holding it. But yeah, it to me, being early into the project, it just seems really overvalued to me. But I wouldn't be surprised if it continued to pump. Yeah, I don't know. Decentralized finance, yeah, I mean, I hold some Yearn Finance, and I think that was up 10% today. Yearn Finance seems to be doing pretty good. But who was it? Some guy covered it yesterday. We were looking at Yearn Finance. I think I talked about it. a while back at this point, and I think it's up like 40% since I told people to get year in finance. At this point, it seems pretty on par with everything else. Like I said, there's nothing that I'm really looking at right now that's like that's like a screaming deal. I would love to diversify, like, and diversify my risk and whatever, and move into some of these undervalued projects, like on Coinbase, just because it's so easy. Like, there's pros and cons to Coinbase. It's a company, so there's competitive advantages to every single brokerage account. And one of the biggest competitive advantages that Coinbase has is it's so easy to trade different tokens. So you can move like $10,000 of Bitcoin and convert it into Ethereum if you wanted to for a substantially lower cost than you would find on something like pretty much anything else, unless you potentially, I would say like Ren or something like that. But Ethereum gas fees, I'm telling you, people are like, why are you so bullish on Cardano? Like, just get involved with cryptocurrency and you'll see, like, Cardano's everything. But, and BitBoy's been talking about Cardano a lot. They think it's going to pump in February. I hope not. I want more. I've been telling you guys, we've been doing way too good on Cardano. I want to accumulate more. I don't care what the market appraisal is. I know it's, I've studied the project so in depth. I know it's good. So I hope that, we get a pump potentially, altcoins potentially start dropping. This would be, what's the time frame on this? I could pull out a fib time frame, but I'm not going to. It's not. It should be good for a little bit. I'm just telling you guys. Keep an eye on these double bottom formations, potentially breaking these necklines, because as soon as Bitcoin's price, and this is on the 6 hour, so just keep an eye on these things. Keep an eye. Because as soon as Bitcoin starts pumping, alts could potentially get wrecked. The only thing that I'm saying, like, that's like a generic statement. A lot of people are going to say that, oh, when Bitcoin starts pumping hard, alts are going to get wrecked. But because Ethereum is so undervalued, it could pump along with Bitcoin. And so no matter what situation plays out, we're guaranteed to make so much money on this channel, just because whether Bitcoin pumps and Ethereum pumps with it, we'll make money. Whether Bitcoin consolidates a little bit and altcoin season starts, Ethereum's an altcoin. We'll make money. It doesn't matter. We're set up to win, and we're always set up to win. So like I said, I'm just not seeing anything right now that's like, we've already made plenty of calls. Like, at this point, like, if you missed all our calls, and then just sub to the channel, because we made, I don't know how many different positions that I've made live on the channel. But they've all been profitable. We long on this channel just only when it's guaranteed. We short on or we never shorted on this channel, but we make the calls. So like you say DeFi, that's my opinions on DeFi. I don't see anything as a screaming deal. Like, to be honest with you, just because I'm so bullish on Cardano, like, if I was gonna buy anything, I mean, I already have so much Ethereum. I'd probably put more money into Ethereum potentially, but then at the same time, it's scaring me because Cardano's, I'm getting that FOMO. So that's why I'm just not in the market right now. I'm not buying. I'm just making so much money right now holding ETH. And like I said, if you miss that opportunity, you just need to sub to the channel, because we called Polkadot, we call everything. I'm just telling you that I don't see anything in the market right now that's worth buying. And on this channel, we know, all the fundamentals that make you filthy rich. And one of those key fundamentals is patience. Don't go chasing everything, because you're gonna get wrecked. So yeah, I just don't see anything in the market. Like, DeFi is a trend, yeah. Yeah, it's a trend. I don't really see anything that's undervalued. I think all the alts are pretty much going to pump with DeFi, with Bitcoin dominance moving down. We just broke that trend. But I mean, if anything, I would probably buy, but I'm not going to, and I don't recommend anybody on my channel to either. But if I had to, like, if you put a gun up to my head and said you have to go buy some cryptocurrency today, I would be like, all right, I'll probably buy Polkadot for a flip. But if I'm holding long term, I'd probably go Ethereum, or I'd probably go Cardano. But if I wanted, like, the safest ROI return or whatever, I would go probably Ethereum. But I'm just so happy with the position we got into with Ethereum. Like, I'm not looking. We already put so much money into Ethereum. We're good. We're well diversified into Ethereum. It can pump up to $2,000 and we're good. We got that. I don't need to put more money into Ethereum right now. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you want to learn about altcoins and stuff, I'm literally just gonna refer you to another channel. Like I said, Elliot Trades is a great channel. He's probably one of the best, if not the best, with altcoins. We're just not going to mess around with it. I already told you about the Ethereum gas fees that no one really talks about, and like the ROI cuts, and it just pound for pound reward ratio, like it just doesn't make sense for me to get involved with altcoins. Like it's just like I hold Ethereum, like that's going to return me plenty of money. Like I said, you know, like if Uniswap can drop their Ethereum gas fees, then that would be huge, but that would have to be with the whole Ethereum network if gas fee, because it's not really Uniswap, but if Ethereum gas fees come down, you know, we can speculate on some small cap coins and diversify a small portion of our portfolio to something like that, but it's just not the market. A lot of these guys, they just want to make content, so they'll just shill out these coins literally just to make content to get paid on YouTube. We're plenty paid. I'm sure they're paid too. This is like the new money. Everybody in crypto is well paid. This is like, when the internet first started up. Everybody that, is like an expert in crypto right now, like we are well paid. And nothing is going to change. So, yeah, I mean, but they're still shilling those projects. They know that's what their audience wants. On here, we're not going to show projects. We're not going to sell you a course. We're not going to do any of that crap. I see way too much of that in finance, and a lot of these guys, they don't know how to make money, and so they just sell you a course on how to make money, and it's just absolute garbage. I hate nearly everybody in the mainstream finance sector. On this channel, we actually make money. So anyways, that's part of the reason why we're yes, it's the best channel ever about cryptocurrency. Any chance Bitcoin will overcome 35,000 again? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's already over there. Overcome. Any chance Bitcoin will overcome 35,000 again? So it's at 36 right now. It looks like, at least that's what it's telling me on the charts. So it's at 36, almost 37. Do you mean that will it ever come back to those prices? I don't know what overcome 35K. I'm not entirely sure what that means. But I guess I can just tell you about Bitcoin, like as far as what's going on with it. Like obviously we have like the resistance lines we're covering on this channel, but it's pretty much inevitable. It looks like that it's about to reverse big. It looks like it's just cooling off of this pump. It looks like it's inevitably probably going to pump past 42K. There's just it's just slowly going to pump up to those levels. And what's interesting, and what I've never heard anybody again on cryptocurrency talk about, but I've watched all everybody's videos because you got to keep up to date. But Ethereum is leading the pump. So Ethereum is pumping up a bunch. You guys see that? And then Ethereum's actually leading Bitcoin. So, and this happens occasionally. Again, nobody really talks about this, but if you've been in the space for a decent amount of time, you understand this. So essentially, if Ethereum keeps pumping, it could literally just drag Bitcoin's price up past this 42K marker, and then Bitcoin's price is going to explode because look at all this consolidation right here. So I hope that answers your question. I don't know, because it's already past 35K. But yeah, and like I said before, these double bottom ideas start playing out as soon as you start breaking these necklines. And so, and we've already broken out of this ascending wedge, and volume's trending up on the higher time frames. Like I said, Bitcoin is definitely something to consider no matter what you're doing in crypto, because it's one of the lead indicators. Ethereum's just kind of leading everything right now, And once it breaks 42,000, I think it's more speculative to go off the double bottoms. I think in a lot of these more retail ideas, but I think as soon as it breaks 42,000, I don't think that there's an entire person that's going to look at the market and unless they just have no clue about markets, and think that that's not extremely bullish. And I think we're just going to go parabolic from there. I think I'm going to diversify a small percentage of my Ethereum back into Bitcoin once we break this level. Because like I said, Ethereum's leading the way right now. And I've been following it on like Bybit, all the different things. And Ethereum will pump and then Bitcoin will pump with it. So if Ethereum keeps pumping, which it should, all the way up to 2,000, that's not guaranteed, but that's what it looks like on the charts. Then if it drags it to 42,000, then I'm going to switch as long as Bitcoin's not overextended, because I think Bitcoin is going to be less extended than Ethereum, if that makes sense. I might recommend, or I might personally switch some of my Ethereum to Bitcoin just to de-risk even further, because that's already going to be massive gains. Because what you always do in crypto is, at least this is the recommended strategy, you go from your altcoins and you make profits on them, and then you bring them back into Bitcoin to keep your money. Because not that Ethereum's not going to do well. Again, this is just deleveraging. So like it's like when you sell your Bitcoin, what are you really doing? You're like deleveraging your risk from cryptocurrency, and like that's just not something that I'm willing to do. So instead of selling my Ethereum, like I would rather just de-risk it. Like I'm not selling my Ethereum anytime soon. Like, and like my crypto, not a chance. I mean, you guys already know my target. Like look at this target right here on Bitcoin. Like everybody's talking about Bitcoin can easily hit 51,000. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, there's so much potential just in this short little pump alone. But yeah, so I'm not selling a penny until at least 70,000, and I've been saying that since 10,000, and it looks like this is almost inevitably about to break out again. I mean, like I say, and I say this a lot, if you're in crypto, whether, you're a genius and you figured out like the whole economic system, or whether, you got lucky and you just got involved with the space, regardless, congratulations. Because like if you play your cards right, like listen to this channel at all, you're gonna make stupid money. Let's see if you have any more questions. As far as like, could it hit 55? Like, could it retest this area? I don't know if that's maybe your question. Like, you could come down potentially and hit, 35,000 potentially and retest it. It doesn't seem that that's going to be the case though, because you might have inferred this answer already from me previously talking about it. Because Ethereum's leading the rally and because Ethereum's so ridiculously bullish, it's driving up the price of Bitcoin, and so it's unlikely that Bitcoin's going to retrace and test this trend line to confirm the breakout. It's possible. That would be a good area to long potentially, not financial advice, just technical analysis. Again, like, but like I heard Crypto Zombie say that he had a limit order, and like I get that he knows like how bullish the sentiment is, but I would never tell anybody to put a limit order on top of a trend line for a retest, because you're taking apart the technical analysis and you're not doing it correctly. What you do is you wait for the price to bounce off of this potential area right here, and then once it's tested as support, then that's a bullish confirmation sign that you should long it. Whereas if it was to potentially, I mean, it's not most likely going to happen, but on this channel, like we tell you exactly the right stuff. We don't just like, so it could potentially break this, extremely unlikely, but break this trend line, come down, and then essentially you wouldn't want to long it unless it's just a wick. So you'd have to address the market sentiment before potentially longing it. you want it to bounce off this level. If it falls through, then it could potentially fall back into this consolidation pattern, which could happen with altcoin season. Potentially, it's like a fight between altcoin season and it's a fight between altcoin season and Bitcoin season. So, is the money going to be flowing into Bitcoin? Is it going to be flowing into altcoins? We know as an absolute fact that when altcoin season happens, we get these massive consolidation patterns. But like I'm telling you, like I'm giving you that like edge over the market, Ethereum seems to be leading Bitcoin, and if that continues to happen, Bitcoin's price will drag over that $42,000 level. And it's not necessarily, this idea of, you get caught up in Bitcoin dominance. All right, successfully reconnected. Um, yeah, so as far as like type stop losses and stuff, a lot of more experienced traders, like he said, they won't use stop losses, and then when they go to sleep or when they're about to do something, they'll use a tight stop loss. I mean, Pythagoras seems like more of an advanced trader, so I wouldn't really recommend that to anybody that's new. I would just recommend in general, if you're new, using a tight stop loss, using small amounts of leverage, and so like potentially, if you were to long this area when you got the bounce, you would potentially put, a stop loss. You would do either a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. Um, which means your stop loss could be pretty low. I mean, at this point, you could potentially, again, on extremely low leverage, you could most likely, here, let's look at that scenario just so you get an idea. But yeah, I mean, his idea is more so if you're more advanced. But this would be, so let's bring out the long position. So essentially, you would enter like right around here on a bounce. And then what I would recommend textbook is, putting your stop loss right below, this entry price on the falling wedge. And then essentially, what is that, 15? So then a 3 to 1 would be 45%. And that's going to bring us up to right about the measured move almost perfectly. So that's why it's a textbook pattern. So this is how you would set it up. You'd have your stop loss down here. Now, again, tight leverage, or not tight leverage, small leverage and tight stop losses. So this is a tight stop loss. This is a 3 to 1 risk reward ratio. You don't want like a 1 to 1 risk reward ratio. You don't want like, you want at least a 3 to 1 if you're going to go textbook. And we're not going to teach you any crap on this channel. We're not going to give you our opinions. We're only going to teach you the real fundamental technical analysis. No crap. I don't care what other channels are doing. There's like people's money on the line. So like I'm not going to, teach any crap ever. So you could potentially do this, and then at these levels right here, right here, right here, pulling out Fibonacci retracements, you can take profits on those long positions, which is what I would recommend if you're being extremely conservative. Potentially like right here is a decent area to take profits. Just take out like, 5-10% depending on how significant the resistance is. But yeah, I mean, if you were potentially going to long it, if, to answer your question, if it did go to 35, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Bitcoin dominance would have to drop it down and consolidate, but that just is going against what we're seeing on the charts currently. Could happen. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. It just started tanking as soon as we hit that level. And it's like, we got to stay on, everybody was like, oh, Bitcoin alt season, but now we'll say alt season. Not that we already called alt season to begin with, but this is the continuation of alt season. Yeah, so you get that nice candlestick, that nice bearish candlestick. So yeah, everything looks good. I got you guys up to date, up to speed on everything that you need to know. We are all good. Could potentially hit a reversal if we come up here. Doesn't look like that's even close to happening. we'll look at ideas like this once Bitcoin starts pumping. If Ethereum leads it up to its all-time high. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it. I taught you guys like everything that you need to know, not financial advice, but everything you need to know. You've been debriefed on. Like I said, if you're not a billionaire, or you're trying, or even if you are a billionaire and you're still trying to make more money, this is probably going to be one of the best channels on the internet. So turn on notifications. I truly, truly believe that. And I'll keep you guys updated.